Dear students, welcome to our science episodes. Today we are going to continue discussing rocks and minerals. We previously said that rocks are classified according to their way of formation into three main groups. And we discussed igneous rocks. The second group of rocks is called sedimentary rocks. They cover about 75% of the Earth's surface. They represent only 5% of the total volume of the Earth's crust rocks. They are formed as a result of precipitation and solidification of sediments. Phases of formation of sedimentary rocks. The first phase is the fragmentation and disintegration. As you can see here, these rocks are fragmented into small particles. It's the breakage of igneous, sedimentary, or metamorphic rocks that previously existed. These type of rocks are broken down. Then phase 2 is the transportation. These particles will be transported to another place. The detritus, which are the fragmented particles of rocks, will be transported by water or air currents to their final deposition location. Then the deposition. These fragmented particles will deposit in watery or aerial medium. Watery medium like rivers, lakes, seas, oceans. And aerial medium, it's a media of air on land. The deposited particles adhere together, forming sedimentary rocks in layers. We can summarize the phases of formation of sedimentary rocks as following. First of all, we have some rocks in a place. Then, these rocks, by the weathering and the erosion process, they are fragmented or broken down. Then, these rocks will be transported to another place. This is the phase of transportation, either by water or by air, by wind. This is the new location. This is the deposition, where these rocks will deposit or rest in the new position. They will adhere together, forming layers of sedimentary rocks. Here is an activity to clarify the phases of formation of sedimentary rocks. Just bring a rectangular basin and place it in an inclined position. Put a mixture of sands, shingles, and gravels at its upper part. Pour water on the upper part of the mixture. Increase the water flow gradually. Observation: the water will take the smooth sand in its way. Sands deposit at the lower part of the basin, whereas shingles and gravels remain at its upper part. When the speed of the water flow increases, the size of the transported grains increases too, and shingles and gravels will move with the water flow. This represents what happens in rivers and seas to form sedimentary rocks in layers. Lithification. The deposits or the sediments of the bottom layers are simply exposed to high pressure resulted from the weights of the deposits above them. This decreases the water between the grains, and as the pressure increases, more grains are deposited. By time, they become solid and appear as layers above each other. The lower layers are the older, and the one above are the more recent. Simply, we can explain lithification as follows. Layers of deposits and sediments. The lower layers are under pressure and the weight of the above layers. They will become solidified and adhere together, and water will get out from between the particles. when the deposits and the sediments will solidify and adhere together, this will form the layers of the sedimentary rocks. And this last phase is called lithification. Examples of sedimentary rocks. Sandstone. It is formed of sand grains less than 2 mm in diameter. The color is yellow. The texture is coarse. Shape thin layers and compact consistency. The mineral is quartz. Another example of sedimentary rocks, limestone. It is formed due to precipitation of calcium carbonate in lime solutions. The color is white, the texture is smooth, the shape thin layers, and less compact in consistency. The mineral is calcite. How can you differentiate between sandstone and limestone? Simply add diluted hydrochloric acid on the two stones. Limestone will react with the hydrochloric acid, producing effervescence or carbon dioxide gas, while sandstone will not react. The third type of rocks is called metamorphic rocks. From this picture, you can conclude that metamorphic rocks are the result of exposure of old rocks like igneous or sedimentary to high temperature and pressure, forming new forms of rocks called metamorphic. Examples of metamorphic rocks. Marble. It is produced from the conversion of limestone. So limestone under high temperature and pressure will be converted to marble. The color is white if it is pure and colored if it contains impurities. The texture is rough. The consistency, it is more solid and compact than limestone. These are the steps of the rock cycle. Let's start with the magma. Magma is molten rocks inside the Earth's surface. When it will cool down, it will form igneous rocks. Also, lava can form igneous rocks above the Earth's surface. By weathering and erosion, these rocks could be broken down into sediments. And these sediments will be transported and deposited in other locations, forming sedimentary rocks like sandstone and limestone. When these sedimentary rocks become buried under earth layers and exposed to heat and pressure, the heat and pressure will convert them into metamorphic rocks like the marble. If these rocks will melt again, they will form magma, and so on. Now it's time for questions. Give reason why are limestone and marble similar in their chemical composition. Simply because marble is formed as a result of conversion of limestone after exposure to high temperature and pressure. Give reason why do effervescence take place when the hydrochloric acid is added to limestone. This is due to evolving of carbon dioxide gas from the reaction. Now try to guess the scientific term. Rocks form as a result of exposing igneous or sedimentary rocks to heat and pressure. Metamorphic rocks. Solidification of sediments due to high pressure and loss of water. Lithification. Rocks that form due to precipitation and solidification of sediments. Sedimentary rocks. What is the main mineral in sandstone and limestone? In sandstone, it's the quartz, and in limestone, it's the calcite. Thank you. Dear students, thank you for watching and see you later in other science episodes.